Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. This is going to be a fun day. It's going to be a fun week. Hope you guys had a productive Monday and just crushed it. And now you're ready to listen and learn and refocus and get energized and charged. So this week is awesome. It's the week of Halloween.
Yes.
Super fun. We need fun things happening in our lives. Trick-or-treating, handing out candy, taking the kids in their costumes. It's going to be a fun week. Also, 8 days away from the election. Hallelujah. We'll all be able to sit back and finally breathe. I'm so sick of social media. I'm sure all of you are. I'm so sick of this whole election thing. It's disgusting, and it's
time to move on.
Tiring, yeah. So it's almost over, people. So exciting. We can get back to normal life for, another 4 years.
Yeah.
Until it all starts over again.
Normal YouTube ads.
Oh, my
I'm tired of listening to my kids walking around the house quoting political ads that they saw on YouTube.
Yes. It's so annoying.
I'm ready.
Yes, I am ready. So this is going to be a fun podcast today. We've got a good one for you. Today, we're going to be talking about lifestyle versus business. Lifestyle versus business. And people are probably going, well, what do you mean? I started a business so I could have a lifestyle. Absolutely. Entrepreneurs, we all start businesses because we want a certain type of lifestyle. We want more freedom. We don't want to, work for the man. We don't want to have a boss. We want to be able to go to our kids' soccer games or go on that vacation or whatever that is, that dream that we had of why we started the business in the first place, which comes along with a lifestyle. The problem that a lot of people fall into is they create a lifestyle, not a business.
Yeah.
Happens all the time. In fact, we met with two different people in the exact same industry, the fitness industry, recently. One had built a lifestyle and one was building a business. And I'll give you an example of how their lifestyle and business was different. One actually had really crushed it, and she had built up about $250,000 a year revenue that came in from her fitness business, right?
Yeah.
Super awesome. So how much did she pay herself out of that $250,000, Troy?
$250,000.
$250,000. That's right. She had built a lifestyle, and she was coming to us because she wanted to grow. Now, the problem with a lifestyle, when you just build a lifestyle and you're taking 100% of that profit, you don't leave anything left to build a business, right?
Yeah.
She didn't have any money. So when we talked to her about marketing, right, and 10%, all she could see was, well, that's less money I get to take home. But I've got this awesome car payment on this really expensive car. And I've got this super nice house that has a really big expensive house payment. And then I go out to fancy dinners with my girlfriends and all this stuff. She started just like, oh, I'm gonna have to give up this and give up that and give up. Right, because she had a lifestyle, not a business.
Yeah, she was like, wait, no, I came to you guys because I want to make more money, not make less money.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, wait a minute, like, do you want a business or not?
Yeah. And then we met with this other gal who she was making, her company was bringing in somewhere probably around $50,000 a year, but she was coming to us saying, hey, I want to grow this, so I know I need to invest in this. And she actually wasn't even really taking much of that profit. She was reinvesting that in the business currently and wanting to grow it even bigger. So she was building a business. She didn't put the cart before the horse.
Yes.
When you build a lifestyle, you're putting the cart before the horse. And that doesn't last very long. I mean, it can be really awesome for as long as it lasts. But one little hiccup, and you're going to find that, holy cow, I don't have the reserves. I haven't built the business. What's funny is I remember being a kid and seeing all these people with all these cool toys and all these, expensive houses and gated communities. And I thought, wow, they're so rich. And as I grew up, what I found is, no, they're so in debt.
Right.
And when early on in my marriage, I had a very wise person say to me, I was thinking about buying this toy hauler I was so excited about and everything, and I was going to finance it. And he said to me, he goes, listen, if you don't have cash to pay for it, you can't afford it.
Yep.
Right? So another big thing that I realize people do is they lease their vehicles. There's nothing wrong with that, especially if you have a business that justifies leasing a vehicle. But but it's an appearance, right? And it kind of goes along with a lifestyle. And a lot of them, the average car payments in a household is $1,600 to $1,800 a month. Isn't that insane?
That's crazy.
I haven't had a car payment. I can't even remember how long it's been since I've had a car payment. So that's what I took that advice to heart, and I said, well, if I can't pay cash for it, I can't afford it. And so what all that means is, it doesn't mean you can't have it. It just means that you have to do it properly. You need to build a business before you fund a lifestyle, right?
Exactly.
So let's jump into that, Troy.
Yeah. So let's just talk about, like, when you're thinking about your business today, what is your focus?
Yeah.
And this is really important. Is the main reason you started the business so that you could fund a lifestyle that you wanted? And I'm not saying that's a bad thing,
right?
But if that's why you started your business, you may have a lifestyle business, right? Are you focused on building a profitable business that can then give you the lifestyle you want?
Right.
And the reason why you want to build the profitable business first is because then it can give you that lifestyle for a very long time, right? Whereas just, funding a lifestyle is not going to last, like Trevor said, for a very long time. So how do you know whether you have a lifestyle or you have a business? We got a couple of questions I want you to answer. So this is number one. So how do you know if you're focused on lifestyle and not on a profitable business? Number one is, do you treat the company's bank account like it's your own? And I can't tell you how many business owners I've seen. They're like, ooh, I've got this much money in my business bank account. I'm going to take that money and go buy a trailer or buy a Corvette. Or buy
a bow and arrow, right?
Yeah, whatever it might be.
A new gun,
whatever it might be. They treat their business account like it's their own bank account.
Right.
I was talking to someone just the other day, and they said, "Oh yeah, my friend, he has a pretty successful business, and man, he just buys all this stuff through his business. Like he wanted to buy this Corvette, so he hired his wife on at minimum wage so that he could then buy this Corvette as a company vehicle for her to drive, on a daily basis." And I'm thinking, and what is the value for the business to have a Corvette that a minimum wage employee that's not doing any work is going to do, right? Is that a real business or is that a lifestyle?
Yeah, maybe wait till you can actually afford to buy the Corvette.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's a lifestyle business, right? He's funding a lifestyle, not necessarily a business. Okay, the other one is, do you have a set income? Mm-hmm. Or at the end of the month, whatever's left in the bank, you take it.
Right.
I've known several business owners. In fact, one company that was like huge, hundreds of millions of dollars, and at the end of the month, they went, did the math. Okay, this is what's left. Whoop, let's suck it all out as owners. And the company was like if all of a sudden no more money came in, they'd be gone in like 30 days is what we figured out.
Yeah, which let me kind of jump in at this point, is building a business creates security.
Yes.
Security. What a lot of people don't realize about a business is, you have to reinvest in it. So you're talking about, investing in the business, and Troy's going to get to that in just a minute. So I'm not going to cover that. But one thing that I want to add to that is, a lot of people don't realize in business that in order to acquire new business, sometimes you're not profitable month one in acquiring that business.
Yeah.
In fact, there are certain, and we talk about different avenues of revenue, right?
Yep.
So you have your different marketing strategies, you have your different avenues of revenue, and each one of those avenues of revenue may cost you a different amount of money. And so we have avenues that it takes us 3 to 6 months to be profitable off of.
Yes.
Now, if we were sucking all the money out of the business, or if we hadn't created a business and we had created lifestyles, which we could have done. By the way, when we started our company, it took us 2 years before we even started paying ourselves.
Yes, exactly.
We worked other jobs. We had other companies going. We had all this other stuff to bring in revenue. And we built these businesses on our own backs, and we didn't take any money from it because we wanted to make sure that we had built up a nice big bank account so that we could be secure, right? And so we are able to literally compete with businesses that are 10 times the size of us.
Yep.
Because we can afford to be profitable after 3 months or 6 months because we also know how good our product is. We know the lifespan of our customer, the life cycle of our customer. So we know all of our numbers. But again, there are avenues that we do that takes us 6 months. Think about that. Could you wait 6 months to break even on a customer?
Yeah.
If you just said no, you may not have built a secure business yet.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. That's what we're talking about. Like, so you should have a set income. This is what you're making every month. Now, it doesn't mean that can't change over time.
Sure.
But it shouldn't go up and down based on whatever's left in the bank account, because that's a lifestyle. That's not a business, right? A lifestyle is whatever I've got, I can spend it.
That's right.
That's not a business. And then, do you reinvest the profits into the company? Meaning, at the end of the month, when there is extra money there, are you reinvesting that into growth, or are you just going to take that as income?
Right.
So, and then this final one I love. Do you push off work if it gets in the way of your lifestyle? And this is really important, because I want to explain this a little bit. When I talk about pushing off work, it's not that like I'm going to push my work off to an employee who's going to do that because I'm the boss and the owner and I can afford to do that. It's I'm going to push off work, meaning I'm going to make less money. My company's going to make less money because I am the one who has to do the work.
Right.
But I want to do something, fun in my life. Yeah. Right? I want this lifestyle over here. So the company's going to suffer in revenue because my lifestyle is going to get in the way of it.
And let me tell you something. If you are a true believer of the 4-hour work week, you might be a culprit of this, pushing off work to have more fun. I remember after reading that for the first time, it's like I set up my voicemail and it was so complicated because I was trying to do what they said in there. And it was like, thank you for calling. And I return voicemails on Mondays and Thursdays between these hours. And I'll get back to it. Like, I was trying to create this lifestyle that honestly, if I would have stuck with it, we would have sunk the company. It was so stupid. But I was young and I got caught up in it. So if you are a true believer, or if you're a young entrepreneur and you are like, the 4-hour work week, check yourself. I'm not saying everything in it is bad, but check yourself, because you can't run a business like that. I mean, you have to. I know of one guy in all the thousands, tens of thousands of entrepreneurs that we know that actually can run a business like that.
Yeah.
And
it's because he built a real business before he started living that lifestyle. So think about that. If you're pushing off work, and that's going to cost you money, revenue in the company, right? Then that's a lifestyle. That's not a business.
That's right.
All right. So how do you know if you're building a long-term business? It's really simple. Is your company profitable? And do you make your business decisions based on increasing the profits in the company?
Right.
Right? That's where you're thinking about all your decisions are made on how can I grow the business, not how can I take money out of the business.
Yeah.
Then do you spend 10 to 20% of your revenues on marketing? Pretty much every successful business I know spends at least that much on marketing every single month.
If you do, give yourself a round of applause.
Exactly.
Because too many business owners do not do that. They do not reinvest that amount. And they think, how could I ever spend that much? It's like, how can you not?
Right.
You're trying to grow a business that's profitable and lasts, through the hard times.
Exactly. And then the final one is, can you work on the business and not just in the business? If you are just having to, do the daily grind of the tasks and you can't actually have any time or money to work on growing the business, then you have a lifestyle business there.
That's right.
Right? So the question is, what type of business do you want? Right? And that's up to you. We can't tell you what is best for you. Yeah. But you need to, really think about what type of business you want and then start making those business decisions based on that.
Right.
So anything else, Trevor, you want to add before we go into homework?
Just final thoughts real quick is a lot of the world today, they want this lifestyle business. And especially this younger generation. They think that, hey, these Instagrammers, right? The influencer generation. They think that by being this influencer online, sure, do they make money? Yeah, they can make money. and it's not really working hard, and it's not really building a business. And when a lot of times, even the ones that do make it, it's super hard to make it as an influencer or anything like that. And it's a perfect example of a lifestyle business.
Yes.
When they do make it and are making money, they find that trying to turn it into a real business is almost impossible. It's very, very hard.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of them, I told that story about that little gal that, created a clothing line after she had, 1 million something followers or whatever. And then she created a clothing line and nobody bought. Nobody cared. And she couldn't, really make a profitable business out of what she had spent all these years building. And so the thing about a lifestyle, again, it's just take caution when you're building that lifestyle business, because something comes in, COVID hits, a pandemic, or things, the markets go up and down.
Instagram shuts down your account.
Instagram shuts down your account. I mean, that's the thing, that's why I always say, investing in, be careful what you invest in for your business. Like we have Google, we have Instagram, we have Facebook, but guess what? At any time, they can shut that stuff down. Right. And we could lose that avenue of revenue. So we have to build other avenues. And so that's why we diversify, right?
Yeah.
Think about this year. COVID hit. We spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on events a year and travel all over and speak from these events and have booths at these events. And that got shut down.
Yeah.
Everybody went online, and a lot of them just canceled, or some of them went online. And I can tell you, it didn't work. Right. It didn't work. So next year, I guarantee, as long as people can do events, they're going to reopen. But that was one avenue of revenue that got shut down for us for this year.
Exactly.
Good thing we had all these other avenues of revenue, and we continued to grow through COVID.
Right.
But we also built a business. Again, look at your business. If you can't afford to be profitable off of a client 3 months later, or break even and then be profitable, because the longevity. So I know if I'm going to keep my customers on an average of at least 22 months, and it takes me, what I spend to acquire that customer, it takes me 3 to 6 months to be profitable, break even, then it's all profit from there. We can afford to do that because we've built this business that is a revenue generation machine, right?
Yeah.
And so anyways, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I just want you guys to really look at your business and be cautious in, I'm building this awesome lifestyle and I'm spending all the money and I've got all the toys I want. The restoration industry is so known for this.
Yeah.
It's saturated with the mindset of lifestyle business, right? And anytime something happens with the market, thousands, if not tens of thousands of businesses, restoration companies just shut down.
Yeah, exactly. And another good example, you're talking about like influencers, and heaven forbid, never thought I would talk about a Kardashian, right? At least not in a good way.
Right.
But you have, one of them, right? The younger one,
yes,
who is an influencer,
right?
Gets paid money to do things through, promote products and stuff through social media. But she's also built a business. She has a business that sells makeup. She has a business that sells all these different things, right? So even if Instagram shut down her account tomorrow, she has real businesses behind it, right? That's the difference. That's the difference between, I'm an influencer that I get paid to post, and that's my income, versus I actually have built a business.
Absolutely.
So and the same thing, it goes across any industry, right? You could have a lifestyle business as a carpet cleaner.
Absolutely.
Where, you're just doing enough jobs to pay for the lifestyle you want, and the extra hours of the day, you're sitting at home watching TV. Because you don't want to work those extra hours, right? That's lifestyle versus building a business where eventually you do get to sit home and do whatever you want because you have 10 trucks out there and people doing the work for you.
It's like I've always said, patience creates profit.
Yes.
You just have to be patient. And that's what I've had to learn that. It's what I try to teach my children. Patience creates profit. You will eventually get what you want, but you have to have patience first.
Yes.
Have patience, save up, build that. And if you truly believe in what you're doing, you don't need to live your life, at whim.
Yeah.
I mean, it took me years to get the things that I wanted. Guess what? I have the RV. I've had the toy haulers. I've had all the toys. I've had the house. I have all this stuff. But it took years. We've been doing this for 20 years, building up these different businesses, taking our time. I didn't always have that. We didn't always pay ourselves well.
Yes.
If you are making, if you are making millions of dollars and paying yourself $300,000 to $500,000 a year, awesome. But if your company makes $150,000 a year and you pay yourself pretty much $150,000 a year, let's say after, expenses of chemicals or whatever that is, you make $100,000 a year, you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
You're not doing it right. If you make $400,000 a year and you pay yourself almost $400,000 a year, you're not doing it right.
Yep. So the homework this week is we want you to take time this week to analyze your business model.
Yes.
So look at the things we've talked about. Look at your income. Is it set? Is it not? Are you treating your bank account like your bank account, not your company's bank account? Look at these different things. Analyze your business. Decide what type of business you want. And then let's start making some adjustments this week. So it may be a simple adjustment of, I'm going to set an income for me going forward, and that's what I'm going to take. And the rest, the profits, are going to stay in the company. It might be as simple as that. Or it might be, I'm going to take X percentage of my, my profits, and I'm going to reinvest it into marketing.
Right.
But do something, make a decision this week, and start growing or moving towards the real business you want.
That's right. Awesome, guys. All right. Well, thanks for spending time with us. Hope you guys have a happy Halloween, and we will catch you guys next week at the same time, same day, as always, on SoTellUs Time.